Mike is training for a marathon instead of giving up running. Patrick's golf game is on fire again. Kathy walked around Disney with her grandkids. No pain. All real QC Kinetic patients. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage slows down. Because no one signs up for feeling older faster. Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetic regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is free. 937-936-0325. That's 937-936-0325.
Save big on your next project this 4th of July at Menards. Increase your home's value with a new ideal garage door. From traditional to modern, Menards has a garage door to enhance your home's appearance. Choose from our large in-stock selection or design your own using our free Garage Door Design Program. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Risa can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hey everybody, it's Stephen A. Smith, and everyone knows my feelings on Cowboys fans. But really, Justin Kenner, you're a Cowboys fan and a Browns fan? Good Lord have mercy. I don't know what the hell to do with y'all. I really don't.
Exactly, Stephen A. He's been here for 10 years, and we're still trying to figure him out. The Justin Kenner Show, weekdays at 3 p.m., right here on 1410 ESPN Radio. You want hot takes?
No, I'm not going to apologize to Ryan Day. Everything we said about Ryan Day up into the playoffs was true.
Not bad. Come on, Kenner. You can do better than that.
To be fair, of all the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, Joe Burrow is the least accomplished.
Getting better.
1,000,000%. I 1,000,000% believe that the Dayton Flyers are afraid of the Wright State Raiders. That's why they come up with every excuse in the book not to play them.
There it is. The hottest take of them all. It's the Justin Kenner Show, presented by Frickers, live on 1410 ESPN Radio.
All right, everybody, we welcome you in live here on Dayton's ESPN Radio, 1410 Wing AM. It's the Justin Kenner Show presented by Frickers. Frickers, your home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. 937-518-1410. That's the number to call or text to jump in on the conversation, of course, and we have a lot to conversate about today. The Reds, I don't know how much I could stomach of that. We will touch on the Reds just because last night another competitive game that, well, it doesn't matter. If you're competitive, not competitive, if you lose, the result's still the same. So we'll talk about that later on. But a lot of news around the NBA, which we do not usually spend a lot of time on. But this is how, like, the fact that this is why I still think, like, LeBron is still, even at his age and the way that he's still producing, is still so much further along than the rest of the league. that I don't think that there's a player in the league that can, jump, be told that, I don't think there's another player in the NBA whose future would dominate the headlines the way that LeBron's does. If LeBron's out of the NBA today, I don't think there's a player in the league that would dominate the headlines the way that LeBron has. Like Steph Curry, I think, is one of the most popular NBA players and probably one of the most popular players in the league, no doubt about it. But I do think that if he was a free agent right now, it would be a talking point, but I don't think that non-sports fans would be talking about it. When LeBron is looking to pick his next team right now, everyone's talking about it. It's all I've heard all day across all sports radio and television platforms. Everybody's talking about it. I don't think if Steph Curry's in the same boat that we're talking about it. Ja Morant, it was just a quick little ticker update at the bottom. It wasn't anything of oh my gosh, earth-shattering news that Ja Morant is being traded from Memphis to Portland. I don't think that, that was earth-shattering. It's all fascinating to me that LeBron, even at his age, like, I thought that LeBron, was, people were kind of moving on to other players and to other storylines. I still don't think that there's another player that has as much interest or as much drawing power as LeBron James does. And that's where we're at right now. So earlier today, it was announced that LeBron James, or that the Lakers, that LeBron James had informed the Lakers, and the Lakers had informed LeBron that it was just going to be a mutual parting of ways, right? LeBron no longer going to be a Laker. In his 8 seasons in Los Angeles, all right, they made the playoffs every year but one. They won an NBA championship. He won his 4th Finals MVP with the Lakers. He broke the NBA's all-time scoring record with the Lakers. And, you could make an argument that, LeBron had if you just break up his stops, his time in Cleveland, okay, his time in Cleveland itself is a Hall of Fame career. His time in Miami alone is a Hall of Fame career. And his time in Los Angeles, where he was basically just going to ride off into the sunset, according to most. I mean, hell, he played with the Lakers. And that's what's crazy. He's viewed as a Cav more than anything because he's from Ohio, this, that, and the other. But he spent more time with the Lakers. In 8 straight years with the Lakers was longer than any stint in Cleveland. Now, more years combined when you take the first run and the second run. But again, he spent the most consecutive seasons with the Lakers than any of his other teams. And yet I don't think people will still look at him as a Laker, which is pretty crazy. But he had a Hall of Fame career, even with the team that he was supposed to go right off into the sunset with. And last year, even at his age, still one of the best players. Still, in my opinion, I can't believe how many arguments I've heard today that LeBron is still not a top 10 player in the league today. I think that's absolutely crazy. I think that the Cavs are that they are a playoff contender. I think that they are a finals contender if you add LeBron James. I think that the Golden State Warriors are an interesting roster. I think that they're a finals contender if you add LeBron James. I don't understand how you name any other non-top 10 player in any league that you add to a roster and all of a sudden they're magically a Super Bowl or a World Series or an NBA finals contender. So at the end of the day, I think what's going on in the NBA right now is pretty damn fascinating. LeBron's run in Los Angeles, fascinating in its own right. But now the big question is, because we know that he is no longer going to be a Laker after 8 years with the Lakers, now where does LeBron go to next? The Cavs are, in play. The Warriors are the favorite right now for him to go team up with Steph Curry in Golden State. The Cavs have the second highest odds to land LeBron James for his second return, for his 3rd run in Cleveland, but his second return to Cleveland, if you will. And the Miami Heat, who he also won an NBA championship with, obviously still in play when it's all said and done. And I got to tell you, I don't think there's a bad option in any of those. Watching LeBron go to Miami to play with Giannis Antetokounmpo, to me, is must-watch TV. I'm going to watch. Watching LeBron return to Miami to play for Eric Spoelstra, who won multiple NBA championships with LeBron there, who hasn't won I shouldn't say won anything. He's been to a final since, but hasn't won a championship since. I would find that fascinating. If LeBron goes back to Miami and helps win a championship with a completely different roster than the first time he was there, holy moly, would that be a big talking point? That would be a feather in the cap of the GOAT debate, no doubt about it. That would be in favor of LeBron as far as that's concerned. But if he goes to Miami to play with Bam, all right, Bam just dropped 80 points last season in the game again, but a big Giannis, a big LeBron can, obviously play pretty much every position that's out there. Obviously brings Miami to a whole other level of conversation as far as where they stack up in the East. Hell, Giannis does that on his own. But the bottom line is watching LeBron play with Giannis would be fascinating. Watching LeBron play with Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And I know Draymond Green declined his option and technically is a free agent, but they're talking about him reuniting with Golden State, just working on a cheaper deal to be able to land a player like LeBron. Watching that must win. Like, the NBA can't lose right now. The NBA can't lose right now. I think LeBron returning to Los Angeles, I think that was stale. And I don't think that the NBA wins if LeBron goes back to the Lakers, which is crazy. But the NBA is about to win big time. Wherever LeBron goes, it's going to be it's already the biggest story. He hasn't even picked his team yet. You go to Miami, playing alongside Giannis, big time. You go to Golden State, playing with Steph Curry, big time. You go to Cleveland, and you end your career in Cleveland. You end your career where it started. I mean, the marketing that would go behind LeBron's farewell tour. And by the way, there has been no indications out there that this is being labeled as a farewell tour. But him ending his career in Cleveland would definitely be poetic, no doubt about it. Ending his NBA career playing alongside Steph Curry would be absolutely insane and beyond entertaining, and definitely would be must watch. And the same thing, LeBron playing with Giannis. LeBron's game playing off of Giannis would be insane. LeBron with the shooter, the best shooter in the game, and Steph Curry would be insane. LeBron playing, honestly, with the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell, those two games complement each other perfectly. Not a big fan of James Harden, but James Harden, when he leans into the facilitator role, him facilitating, all right, to LeBron, to Mobley, to Donovan Mitchell, I don't mind that. I don't know if they're going to be an NBA Finals favorite, but they are a legit Finals contender. The bottom line is I am locked in on all things LeBron. I'm fascinated to see what he ultimately does. Like, to me, it feels like you would pick Cleveland if you're LeBron, but again, the connection to stay on the West Coast, he's already there to play with Steph Curry. To play with Giannis in Miami, again, to a place that he's already played and won multiple championships with. I mean, I guess the big question is and I appreciate you listening, where do you think LeBron ends up? Which team makes the most sense? 937-518-1410. For me, I think Cleveland just makes the most sense to end it where it all started. Right? And you're not just going back to Cleveland for the emotional appeal. I mean, I think LeBron in Cleveland makes them an NBA Finals contender. I mean, they already got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and I think he makes them significantly better. I think he could be the best player on the Cavs most nights, but the nice thing is he doesn't have to be the best player on the floor most nights for Cleveland. There's other guys to take some of that pressure off of him. You go back to Cleveland didn't have to give up, of course, obviously Evan Mobley. You didn't have to give up Jared Allen to go get LeBron from Cleveland. Now the Cavs can have their cake and eat it too. I'm very fascinated to see that. I think Cleveland makes the most sense, but I understand a lot of people out there would love to see LeBron with Steph Curry in Golden State. LeBron and Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's a fascinating pairing as well. 937-518-1410. The text line is open. The phone line is open. You can call in or text in. Where do you think LeBron ends up? Where should he go? Where should LeBron take his talents to next? 937-518-1410. Text or call. It's the Justin Kinner Show presented by Frickers. Frickers, your home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. We'll be right back.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
As we celebrate Independence Day and America's 250th birthday, we remember our history, both the good and the bad, so we can build a better tomorrow for all of us. Our students must receive a full and honest education so they can grow as critical thinkers. Let's celebrate America's freedom by protecting their freedom to learn.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
It's spring, the season for gardening and outdoor fun. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil is here to help as the region's leading provider of mulch, rock, processed topsoil, sand, and compost. We specialize in your garden needs and home oasis. Did you know we have playground mulch to keep the kids safe this summer? Yes, and we offer delivery to your home or business. Call 937-882-6115 and we'll customize a delivery plan just for you. Mad River Mulch and Topsoil, just off I-70 and Route 4 in Springfield. Online at madrivermulch.com.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Describing the delicious flavor of Lee's new famous wrap is tough, but we figured we'd give it a shot.
Imagine crispy, golden, fried to perfection chicken, drizzled with bold, peppery, beautifully balanced famous sauce, resting on a plush bed of succulent lettuce and sprinkled with cheese. It's like ordering delicious with a side of exquisite.
In other words, it's awesome. The famous wrap with new famous sauce. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
If you need new roofing, siding or gutters, skylights or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. See Lance Roofing and Siding at their new location at 6903 Dayton Springfield Road in Enon. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722. Online at lanceroofing.com. 1410 Wing AM, Dayton's ESPN Radio, powered by
Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with main character energy. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
A is for ABS, B is for BCM, C is for CBT, D is for, don't worry, we're not going to quiz you, because at Carroll Works Tire, we know the auto industry is full of acronyms. But here's the one that matters the most, Tire. Trust, integrity, reliability, expertise. Carroll Works Tire, keeping Dayton rolling from A to Z. Find us online at c-wtire.com or talk to a real human at 937-461-5441.
Now, back to the Justin Kinner Show, right here on ESPN Dayton, 1410 Wing AM.
All right, everybody, we are back and rolling here. Dayton's ESPN Radio, 1410 Wing AM. LeBron not going to be a Laker next year, but where will he play? Cleveland Cavaliers in play. The Golden State Warriors, which is crazy, him pairing up and teaming up with Steph Curry, that's still in play. And how about Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Miami Heat, obviously being in play as well? I mean, I think that with all three of those, as far as the Vegas odds are concerned, those are the three most likely destinations that we could potentially see LeBron James end up in. And now we just kind of sit back and wait. And, you know, that's the thing. So I saw Ron had sent a couple messages in saying that, you know, Ron says that LeBron will play till a career-ending injury. Then Bronny will be out of the league as far as that goes. But Ron also says he lives out there in Los Angeles, Clippers, Kings, Golden State. He has nothing to prove. He has done it all. Well, so this is the thing, too, you know, whether it was it sounds like the Lakers had made up their mind a while back that they were not going to, you know, not heavily pursue LeBron, but heavily invest into LeBron moving forward with his age. You know, a long-term contract doesn't make any sense. And with the way that the apron and everything is set up in the league, none of that made sense. And heading into every offseason with that Brett Favre type of vibe, like, okay, are you going to retire or not retire? Retire, not retire. I mean, think about like what the Steelers go through with Aaron Rodgers. I shouldn't say go through. I mean, this is only year 2, but like, you know, the team's dealing with Aaron Rodgers over the years. Okay, is he retiring, not retiring? Is he playing? Is he not playing? Is he holding out, sitting out, demanding a trade? Like what's going on? Not that LeBron is doing that necessarily, but you just don't know. LeBron, you know, has said before, he doesn't know. He's going to do it until his body tells him that he can't, but it makes you tough to invest into long-term. So I'm curious on multiple fronts, not just where does LeBron end up, but What does the contract look like? Is he going to play for the league minimum? Is it going to be a 1-year deal? All right. Is it going to be a multiple year deal? Like, the contract is going to tell us a lot as well as far as what LeBron's thinking. I mean, if LeBron comes out and says, hey, I'm signing a 1-year deal with Cleveland. This is my last year in the league. I'm going to I'm going to chase a championship one more time in Cleveland, because it's a gamble for Cleveland to go after LeBron. It's a gamble for LeBron to go to Cleveland as well. Cleveland has very good pieces. But if LeBron can go somewhere where he can compete for a title, where he can have his swan song, where he can get the farewell tour, all while competing for a title, that's something that Kobe couldn't do. Kobe, the only thing that was that made the Lakers watchable in his last year was the fact that it was a farewell tour for Kobe Bryant. What if LeBron gets the farewell tour in Cleveland, all while being a playoff team, all while competing? I guess the only bright side to the Lakers not being good when Kobe was there for that final year was when, you headed into game 82, the final game of the regular season, you knew right off the bat, tonight is Kobe's last game. It's Kobe's last regular season game. And then in the playoffs, it's hard to kind of send him off in a right or wrong way, because you're at the mercy of being eliminated from the playoffs or not. You can kind of almost go out. You could say going out in the playoffs is what you want to do, but sometimes in the playoffs, you go out unceremoniously. Kobe went out about as ceremoniously as you possibly could. I mean, dropping the 60 that he did. I mean, it was just an amazing game, right? Like that. He didn't have to worry about, okay, I played great tonight, won tonight, but what if my final game is a bad game? He didn't have to worry about that. For LeBron, there's all those things on the table, like this, competing for championships, this, that, and the other. I see a lot of people too, saying, LeBron, how good is LeBron? I don't think people give LeBron just enough credit. He's not just an old guy hanging around in the league. He's still one of the best players in the NBA. I got a lot of flack through the text line about me saying that I still think LeBron's a top 10 player in the league. And the reason I know this is because Cleveland is a LeBron away from being a legit NBA Finals contender. I think that Miami is a LeBron away from being a legit Finals contender. They just added Giannis Antetokounmpo. I still don't think that they're a legit Finals contender. They are a second round Eastern Conference Finals contender, but I don't think Miami is a legit Finals contender. You had LeBron, that's different. So with that being in Golden State, fringe playoff team without LeBron, I think that they're a Western Conference Finals potential finals contender. I think that Golden State has the least chance to win a championship if he goes there, but he definitely elevates them significantly. How many players outside of the top 10 can you say this team is a player outside of the top 10 away from being a championship? I don't think you could say that about many guys. You could say that about LeBron James, in my opinion. I think he's a top 10 player in this league still right now. I mean, that's with him being so versatile. He could play in the post. All right, he could play guard. He could play point guard. There's certain positions he would prefer not to play, but that's what makes him so valuable, and that's what makes him so dominant, and that's what makes him so versatile. So, and that's what really elevates teams around. You could be very, you can have a lot of different looking lineups with LeBron because he could play so many different positions, and he can be elite at so many different positions. Some players, like James Harden, for instance, he's not very versatile. He has a lot of flaws. But you're stuck with James Harden in a lot of certain key positions. LeBron's not that. LeBron elevates that. So where does LeBron go from here? That's the big question, whether it is the Cavs, the Golden State Warriors, or the Miami Heat. Those seem to be the three favorites. There was another team that I thought was interesting that is in the mix as well. The San Antonio Spurs are in play as well. How much you guys call it ring chasing. That's what's fascinating to me, the topic of ring chasing in the NBA. But if he really wanted to go out with the legit chance at a championship, yes, you're a finals contender in Cleveland, but damn it, I mean, add him to San Antonio. San Antonio's has the 4th highest odds to land LeBron James. Can you imagine LeBron James in San Antonio? It's not a sexy market. It's not the most sexy landing spot, but can you imagine LeBron James playing with Wembanyama? Can you imagine how that would transpire? So I think that would be pretty wild as well. I just don't think that it's going to be the case. I don't think we're going to see LeBron in San Antonio. But man, that's almost a guaranteed championship. That's as close to a guaranteed championship as you can get if you are LeBron James. But I think that Cleveland makes the most sense of all the teams out there. I would love to see him play with Steph. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that pick and roll, the pick and pop, just the playmaking that those two, I mean, we saw it in the Olympics years ago, and they have a little bit of everything. Dominant ball handler, dominant shooter, and Steph, right? Draymond Green, you have the muscle and the bruiser down low. I know he's a free agent, but many believe that was done on purpose to kind of free up some dollars to pursue LeBron. He'll take a cheaper deal to return. There's talks of potentially the Warriors going after an Anthony Davis. Look, that sounds great on paper, but I mean, Anthony Davis, can you rely on him for an 82-game regular season? No. He has a great first round. Can you rely on him for the second round, the Western Conference Finals, and the finals appearance? I don't think that you can at this stage. I mean, he is hurt every single year. That's the concern and the problem that I would have, with attacking it from that angle. So who knows what's going to ultimately end up happening when it is all said and done. Miami, like I said, he's won a championship there. They could actually pay him more than the other teams can, but it's just going to come down to, okay, you have LeBron, you have Giannis, you have Bam. Where's your shooters? Where's your scorers? Not really scores, because you could score with LeBron and Giannis, but you still need effective guard play. Where's that going to come from in Miami if LeBron goes there? That's a question for Miami, whether LeBron's there or not. But who knows? Nonetheless, I'm Justin Kinner. It's the Justin Kinner Show right here on Dayton's ESPN Radio 1410 Wing AM. Big story that really kicked off a little before noon earlier today, but LeBron James will return for his 24th season in the NBA, but it won't be with the Lakers. All right. LeBron James did inform the Lakers that the franchise can move on without him because he will play elsewhere, according to Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul. He tells that he passed that message along to ESPN's Shams earlier on today. Nonetheless, LeBron James too. The other cool thing is he's not departing. He's not leaving Los Angeles on bad terms. The Lakers thanked him. He thanked the Lakers in a dual statement on social media. Nonetheless, but that's kind of where it goes as far as that goes. But LeBron James, in his 8 years in Cleveland, all right, finishes his career ranked in the top 10 in franchise history in points, assists, field goals, and three-pointers. For a storied franchise like the Lakers, for him to play there for 8 years. Remember, he went to LA to start winding down his career. He ended up playing 8 straight seasons in Los Angeles. That's the most consecutive seasons that he played for one team at any point in his career. Played 7 years in Cleveland before making the decision to go to Miami. All right, 4 years in Miami, a couple years in Cleveland, and then the last 8 years in Los Angeles, which is kind of wild. But he spent, the majority of his career with the Lakers, which is wild, but he'll never be remembered as a Laker, but he has had a Hall of Fame career just as a Laker alone. But he's going to finish in Lakers history. Okay. In those 8 years in Los Angeles, he scored 12,400 points. That's the 10th most points scored as a Laker all time. All right. And while scoring at a clip to put you in the top 10 scoring all time as a Los Angeles Laker, because he's a playmaker, he's 5th all-time in Lakers history with 3,800 assists in franchise history. He's 10th all-time in Lakers scoring, 5th all-time in passing and assists for the Lakers. Field goals, he's, the 10th most field goals made ever as a Laker, of course. And then, this is crazy too, because LeBron just not really, you don't think of LeBron as this three-point, dominant shooter, but he's knocked down the second most three-pointers in Lakers history during his 8-year run. Over 1,000 3-pointers he knocked down in 8 years with the Lakers. That's second most all time, according to ESPN research. That itself, that run in Los Angeles itself, is a Hall of Fame career. And he's had multiple Hall of Fame careers, multiple in Cleveland, the one in Miami, and of course what he just did in Los Angeles, nonetheless. But I'm fascinated by this. Like I said, I don't think there's another player. Okay, I don't think that there's another player in the NBA that could hit the free agent market like this and dominate the news cycle the way that LeBron James does. Like LeBron James, you would think that he's the most disliked player in the NBA, and I know that some dislike him, some don't like his politics, some don't like the way he hops around from team to team. They blame him for changing the NBA, this, that, and the other. But the bottom line is, all he does is win. Everywhere he goes, they win. And you could sit here and say, oh, well, he went to Los Angeles. Of course he went to Los Angeles. That's, it's easy to win there. I don't think you guys realize just how bad the Lakers were when he got there. That was not a good team when he got there, and they weren't good for years, many years before that. You take a look from 2013 to 2018. This was a non-playoff franchise. They were drowning. All right. In 2013, they were a 27-win team, a 21 team in 14, a 17-win team in 15, a 26 and a 35-win team in 16 and 17. And then he gets there and they make the playoffs all but 1 year. He's there for 8 years. And they win a championship. And he wins a finals MVP. He sets the league's all-time leading scoring record. Nonetheless. But I'm fascinated by all this. Mr. Belmer, hope you're well. He says, both you and I still scored more in college than LeBron did. That's the one thing that we can both hang our hat on, I guess, Mr. B, as far as that's concerned. Ann Anderson, Ann, I hope you're well. She's chiming in on the Justin Kinder Show Facebook page. She says, Bronny has signed a contract with the Lakers for next year. LeBron has said he wants to play next year, hasn't given any hint to where he will go. Personally, I hope he goes back to the Cavs. I do too. I think it would be fun to see him end his career where it all started. And I don't mean signing a one-day contract to retire a Cav. And it's not like the Cleveland's bad. Like Cleveland, they were just in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You have Donovan Mitchell, all right? You have Evan Mobley. You have Jared Allen. You know, say what you want about James Harden, but you have James Harden as well. How will they make all that math work? That's for the GM and the front office to figure out. But that's a legitimate squad. That's a finals contender in the Eastern Conference. You look at Miami bolstering up and adding Giannis, right? All right, Boston. What Boston's going to look like as Jaylen Brown could be on the move. You know, if Jaylen Brown is moved within the Eastern Conference, that could bulk up another team. But as of right now, without knowing where Jaylen Brown can go, Boston is going to get weaker. I don't trust Philadelphia. Don't care about Philadelphia. Don't care about Joel Embiid. I mean, the guy can't. He gets hurt sneezing. It's like he could pitch for the Reds. He's so soft. He should pitch for the Reds. I mean, it's that frustrating sometimes, right? Like Cleveland. New York, the defending NBA champions, I mean, they beat up on Cleveland last year. You know, does LeBron come in and all of a sudden change that? I mean, I think he brings a whole other, aura to this offense and just the playmaking ability of this team and not putting all the pressure on James Harden and obviously Donovan Mitchell to carry from a scoring load. So who knows? But the Knicks should be the favorite in the East. All right, Miami's interesting with Giannis and Bam playing together, but I think they're missing some pieces. Boston, Jaylen Brown, and, of course, Tatum together. They've won a championship before. They haven't been completely healthy since. And since they've gotten healthy, there's just been drama behind the scenes. The future of Jaylen Brown always up in the air. So who knows what happens with Boston? Jaylen Brown being rumored. He could be the next big free, off-season move that's going to garner a lot of headlines in the NBA. But LeBron going to Cleveland puts him in really Cleveland or Miami. But I think Cleveland has a little bit more of everything that he needs. He has scorers around him. He has playmakers around him. He has bigs around him. I think the Cavs have everything that he needs to send him off the right way. I think it's the best story for the NBA, him going back to Cleveland. I think it just the Cavaliers, to me, check off every box. It's the best story for the NBA. Not that LeBron cares about that, but that's the best story for the NBA, so it's a win. He moves back to the Eastern Conference. I think that's big. I think that's big for when you tune in to watch NBA games, whether it's on NBC, ESPN, or wherever. Getting that 7 p.m. tip-off slot is huge because not a lot of people stayed up to watch the 10 p.m. tip-off Lakers game, right? I mean, a lot of people did on the West Coast. Not a lot of people on the East Coast did. A lot of people still watched it. But it's better for the league to have him in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. You can make it, Michael Jordan, if he spends his whole career in the West, not saying it's not a good thing for the NBA, but I don't think it has the impact that it does him being in the East Coast, just my opinion. But one more time, to me, the Cavs check off every box. It checks off every box for the league, and it checks off every box for LeBron James because he can go to Golden State and play with Steph Curry, a dominant shooter, playmaker, yes. But I don't think the depth of that roster really puts LeBron in a position to go contend for a championship. If he wants to win a championship and end his career in poetic fashion, Cleveland does all that. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, he has the bigs. He could play big as well. That helps. You have your shooters and your scorers in Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. He's a scorer. He could shoot the three. LeBron could do little of everything. I think Cleveland provides him everything that he needs, and the Eastern Conference protects him as well. You go to Golden State, the Warriors are the most interesting team in the league. They're not close to being the best team in the league. They're not close to being the best team in the Western Conference. I don't even know if they're good enough to get to the Western Conference Finals, to be quite honest with you, as far as that goes. So I think the Cavs make the most sense, and it's what I want. Selfishly, I want him in Cleveland, but I also think it's the best fit. But if LeBron James wants to stay in the West Coast and he wants to play with Steph Curry, obviously, that's where he's going to end up. The Justin Kinner Show, 1410 ESPN Radio.
Hey, Cordell Transportation is now hiring experienced Class A CDL drivers, excellent pay, benefits, and a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Apply right now online at CordellTransportation.com. Do it right now. Driven to succeed.
KTH Parts Industries in St. Paris is now hiring and has increased the hourly wage of $22.48. That's right. KTH is looking for elite production associates, including press operators, overhead crane operators, and forklift operators. Apply today. KTH offers excellent benefits, including medical, dental, and 401k. KTH is a short drive from Bellefonte, Troy, Piqua, and Urbana. Upgrade your career and be valued by a company that really cares about you. Apply now at kth.net, an equal opportunity employer.
Stay organized this 4th of July with help from Menards. Suncast sheds have the storage space you need for any backyard. Whether you're protecting bikes and toys or storing yard tools, Suncast's durable, low-maintenance outdoor sheds come in a variety of styles and sizes to fit your needs. Pick up an in-stock Suncast storage shed today and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
There are lots of ways you could celebrate America's 250th year. Epic fireworks, adopting your own bald eagle, treating your coworkers to a very special rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Or you could just go to America250ohio.org, where you'll find tons of cool events in counties all over Ohio that celebrate America and the big role our state played in its history. Start your celebration at America250ohio.org. Sponsored by the Ohio History Connection, aired by the OAB and this station.
Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals. bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
Kubota keeps the job site running smoothly with the #1 selling compact excavator lineup in the world. Reliable, capable, and backed by strong dealer support. Stop by today to power up your crew. Right now, bring home select Kubota excavators with 0% financing available or save up to $7,000. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimer for full disclaimer.
Stop by Columbus Equipment Company in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see our full line of Kubota construction equipment. Or check us out online at ColumbusEquipment.com.
Cordell Transportation is looking for more weekend warriors. If you have a Class A CDL and would like to make some extra money casually driving weekend daytime routes, then Cordell Transportation is looking for you. Home daily, all loads round trip, no touch freight, and competitive pay. Full-time routes could become available if you're interested. Drive weekends at Cordell Transportation. Apply at CordellTransportation.com or call Ron at 937-277-7271. Cordell Transportation, driven to succeed.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code FUTURE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code FUTURE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code FUTURE to borrow up to $10,000.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Dayton's radio home for Buckeyes football. 1410 WING. Dayton's ESPN Radio.
ESPN 1410 Wing AM weather.
The forecast, our extreme heat warning continues through 8 p.m. Thursday. Clear and 75 overnight. Sunny 96 tomorrow, Thursday. Sunny and 95. I'm Rick Shrimp for 1410 ESPN Radio.
Oh, my house needs some help. It needs a new roof, new windows, and siding if I can afford it. I just don't know who to call. Your house is updated and looks so nice. Who does your work?
Buckeye Home Services does all my work. Their prices are affordable and they do a great job. Call 586-6600 for a free estimate. Buckeye does roofing, siding, gutters, leaf guards, windows, doors, patio covers, even kitchens and baths.
Sounds like they're the ones to call. What's that number again?
Buckeye Home Services, 586-6600.
Swing by Frickers today and treat yourself to our irresistible ribs and chunks special. Enjoy tender, saucy ribs grilled to perfection, paired with your choice of frickin' chicken chunks, boneless wings, or traditional wings, plus homemade slaw, your favorite side, and a roll, all for just $16.99. Don't forget, kids eat free all day, every day at Frickers. So bring the whole family for great food, family fun, and all the sports action you crave. At your home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Now, back to the Justin Kinner Show, right here on ESPN Dayton, 1410 Wing AM.
All right, everybody, we welcome you back. Colton Schmidt is watching the show on the Justin Kinner Show Facebook page. Colton, I appreciate you watching and listening, of course. But Colton weighs in on the LeBron James storyline. I hope he comes back to Cleveland, too. But unfortunately, I think he's going to stay in California and sign with Golden State because of Bronny and his family. So there you go. The only thing about that is if it was truly just about staying with his family and Bronny and this, that, and the other, I mean, like, I think he just stays in Los Angeles. He's going to go play for significantly less money elsewhere. He could have played for less money in Los Angeles if he really wanted to stay with his family. What I'm hoping is I'm hoping that we see LeBron James have that ultimate competitive bone that he's going to go chase a championship. And I'm so tired of people talking about that as if that's a bad thing. You know, I've always had an issue with people that came up with the term ring chasing. That should be the goal of every professional athlete out there. That should be the goal of every college athlete out there, high school athlete. It's all about championships. And, you know, you can fall for all the little bumper sticker. It's all about having fun and bettering yourself as a person and life lessons and blah, blah. Relax. This isn't the YMCA. It's about championships. It's about winning. It's about winning and money. And money is no longer not an option because LeBron has plenty of it, but LeBron can no longer chase big time paydays. So now really all he has is family and championships to pursue because he's proven everything else. So if it was about family, he could have stayed in Los Angeles. It's about championships. And I'm sure there'll be a way to finagle getting Bronny traded or somehow just outright released or whatever. I don't know how all that works. But the bottom line is LeBron, it should be about championships at this point, and that's what I hope that it is. But with the term and the phrase ring chasing, what drives me nuts is that has such a negative connotation when that's really what everything is about in sports. It's about championships. Okay. And when I sit back and look at that, like people, like think about when LeBron was drafted to Cleveland, the chosen one. All right. He was going to be the guy to dethrone Michael Jordan. And I think he's done that. All right. I know people get tired of the MJ LeBron debate, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to go to that. But I mean, I think he's the best of all time. I mean, he can be elite at all 5 positions on the floor. He wins a championship every place that he goes. All right. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's not just a scorer. He's a facilitator. All right. He's a passer. He's a rebounder. He could be maybe not the most dominant center in the league, but he could be the most dominant 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the league at any point throughout his career. So, yeah, I think he's the best. You know, when you create a player on a video game, do you go and create a 6'6" guard who's really, really good at scoring and okay at defense, but not a great passer, not a great rebounder? Not a great teammate? Or do you create the guy that's almost 7 feet tall that is, rated top in passing, top in scoring, top in rebounding, could play all 5 positions? Like, no, you create the most dominant player that you can. It's LeBron James. It's not that difficult. It's not a hot take. It's not. Like, I know people get so territorial with their era and generation that no player that I didn't grow up watching is going to take over the greatest of all time, blah, blah, blah. It's just stop. It's just a bunch of old heads mad at LeBron because he's better than MJ, and it pisses you off. All right. And you keep waiting for a lot of you out there are sitting back waiting for the crash out. It's not going to happen. And if it does, I mean, we're talking about a guy that, oh my God, he's horrible now, averaging 19 points and 8 assists and 6 rebounds. What a bum. Nah. The bottom line is, as I sit here right now, all right, I am tired of people talking about ring chasing as if it's a bad thing, because when LeBron got drafted by Cleveland, he was the chosen one. And he was a guy that was being billed to be the next MJ or surpass MJ, being almost a combination of Magic Johnson and MJ. He was a player all into himself. And to be honest, his game is nothing like Michael Jordan's. His game is, his game is more, he brings more to the table than Michael Jordan. That's not a hot take. You guys want to make that a hot take? I mean, he brings more to the table than Michael Jordan. He's more versatile than Michael Jordan. It's not a hot take. I don't know why this has to be all uncomfortable for people to talk about it. It's so stupid, right? Like, there are some players that, like, Steph Curry is his own player. MJ is his own player. LeBron's his own player. Like, LeBron is the player that you look at up-and-coming players and say, oh, he's the next this, the next that. We thought LeBron was the next Magic Johnson. And it's like, oh, yeah, he's way better than Magic Johnson. As good a passer, three-point shooter, scorer, rebounder, facilitator, everything. Like, he's his own benchmark player that you compare up-and-coming players to. You don't compare LeBron to anyone else. He's his own, as far as I'm concerned. But so what happens is we look at players and we grade their legacies off of championships. And LeBron played 7 years in Cleveland. He made it to the finals in his first couple of seasons, and we thought the sky's the limit. And we thought that because, man, if they're that good with him that young, imagine how much better they're going to be as he gets older. Well, someone forgot to tell the front office that, because the front office was really, really bad at putting a roster around LeBron James. Look at the roster that he took to the NBA Finals. It was not that great. In fact, it was embarrassingly bad when you stack it up against other NBA Finals rosters. Not a hot take. It's the reality of it. Boobie Gibson. All right. Anderson Varejao. Okay player. Anderson Varejao is one of the best Cavs of all time. But, I mean, my goodness. What are we doing? So, LeBron begged for Amari Stoudemire. He begged for incoming talent to come in. They gave him an 85-year-old Shaquille O'Neal. They gave him a 185-year-old Ben Wallace. All right. They gave him a Larry Hughes. All right. They gave him a Jeff McGinnis. They gave him an Eric Snow. But they didn't give him anything to go out there and compete. And then when Boston gets the big three and they go and they get they get a Kevin Garnett and they get a Ray Allen, all relatively in their prime, to play alongside Paul Pierce, and they go on to dominate the league for a while. They win an NBA championship. All right. They do all of that because of LeBron. And LeBron can't overcome them. We look at LeBron like he's the problem. So if the Cavs aren't giving him what he needs to go be great, LeBron said, well, I'm going to put my legacy in my own hands. I'm going to go to Miami. I'm going to play with Dwayne Wade. I'm going to play with Chris Bosh. And you all belittled him for it. Because if he stays in Cleveland and continues not winning championships, you hate him for that. But he puts it into his own hands and says, fine, I'm going to go chase a championship over here, because this, by the way, you need the organization to do it. It's not like MJ had a crappy roster and a crappy front office and a crappy organization and was just winning championships left and right. You're absolutely moronic. Sorry to say that, but it's true. You're moronic if you think that that's what happened. It's not what happened at all. All right. I don't care what kind of little fairy tale spin you put on it. That's not what happened at all. He had really good rosters. He had really good coaching, really good front office. When they had needs, they went out and got it. I mean, come on. Cleveland didn't have that. So LeBron went and chased it. He went to Miami, chased a championship. And then you're mad because he chased it. Well, you're mad if he doesn't win them, and you're mad if he chases it. You can't, what do you want him to do? You can't just sit there. And then that's the other thing, too. Well, Michael Jordan didn't have to chase championships. You're right, because his front office gave him what he needed to win it there. What happens, guys, if they don't get a Dennis Rodman? What happens if for that second run? What happens if they don't get a Scottie Pippen? What happens if they don't go get a Phil Jackson, guys? What happens if all those things don't happen? Michael Jordan is just freaking amazing player with a killer instinct on a roster that's not good enough. Is that MJ's fault or would that be the front office's fault? That'd be the front office's fault. And that's what happened with LeBron in Cleveland. And LeBron said, I'm no longer going to leave my legacy up to a bunch of billionaires who don't have the same, competitive drive that he does. He's going to put the power in his own hands. And that's what he did going to Miami. And he used that power to come back to Cleveland. And they won a championship. And then he went to Los Angeles. They won a championship there. So, and the crazy thing is, that's 4 championships. He won a championship. Every team he has played on, he's won a title. If you add LeBron to your roster in his career, you're going to win a championship. That to me puts him in an echelon all by himself. Like that's I have no clue why so many people want to try to demean the career of LeBron James. MJ didn't have to chase championships because his front office gave him that roster. They built that roster around him. He benefited from that. All right, I'm not demeaning what he did. I'm just saying to act like LeBron should have just sat there and what, you can't win a championship with Eric Snow? You can't win a championship with 85-year-old Ben Wallace? You can't win a championship with 185-year-old Shaquille O'Neal? Jeff McGinnis, very good, solid guard, by the way, but you're going to try to go win a championship with him as your second best player? Zydrunas Ilgauskas, one of my all-time favorite Cavs. Love Big Z. Don't get me wrong, but come on. Go at Kevin Garnett. Go at those bigs. Go at Tim Duncan. Go at them with Anderson Varejao and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. That's what you're supposed to go win championships with? Not that those two weren't good enough to help you win a championship. You just needed more around them. But you needed Amari Stoudemire. LeBron was adamant about getting Amari Stoudemire. They didn't get Amari Stoudemire. He went to New York. Anyways, is what it is. Is what it is. But LeBron's still playing and having an opportunity here. Is this my guy out here? I didn't know you were listening. Hey, don't, no. What?
I'm not here to message you.
Hey, will you
I'm
let the
actually
OM
here
know
to message you.
Will you let the OM know that there's buzzing noise going on in the background?
I've alerted the proper people. I'm not here to debate you, man. I walked past the window and I heard you having a whole LeBron meltdown, and magically you turn LeBron into leaving Los Angeles under his own terms into a Michael Jordan didn't do this. I'm just like, what does Jordan have to do with this?
No. I just said people are already ripping if he goes to people are mad if he's chasing championships.
You're supposed to chase championships. That's what sports is about. You're supposed to try to win.
But we're on the same page there.
You're supposed to try to win rings. Isn't that the point? Yeah. Ultimately, I think it all goes back to what we talked about a couple weeks ago. I think LeBron James ends up with the Golden State Warriors. I just think that's the case, man. As much as I would like for him to come back to the Cavs, it's the James Harden thing, man. If James Harden was there, I would have the Cavs number 1 on his list. But James Harden's there. He, being James Harden, cannot do anything without the basketball in his hands. Unless James Harden's about to go to the bench and be a secondary player off the bench, then it's not going to work. He's going to end up going to the Warriors. Draymond has already opted off his contract. He's going to take a lesser deal. LeBron's going to take a lesser deal. They're going to team up and play with Steph and Jimmy Butler when he gets back, and who knows what happens with Anthony Davis. He's going to go to the Warriors.
You keep in mind the James Harden thing, though. He didn't sign nothing. They could pivot.
Pivot.
Who's his agent, by the way? Is it?
I don't know.
It's not Clutch, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
Then they might be in good shape. And I love it too, because if he does go back to Cleveland, they didn't have to give up Jared Allen.
Exactly.
Imagine if they would have panicked and did that last week or whatever.
Yeah, so you keep both bigs and you're able to make that shake, but I just don't think it's feasible, especially, it's one thing for LeBron to take less money than certain players out there and everything like that, but there is a lot of ego that goes into this. And I know this is being built as this is all about happiness and stuff like that. Look, man, I love living on Ohio, especially this time of year. It's great outside. It's super humid and everything like that, man. But let's be real, man. If we all had the funds, we would much rather live in Los Angeles or California, for that matter. And all we talk about LeBron and his off the court stuff and his business dealings, I mean, the next venture to that is Silicon Valley. That's where Steph Curry plays in that world to get that paper up, because we all know LeBron wants to own a franchise one day, and he is far from having enough capital to do so. So I think ultimately he ends up with the Warriors. But like, hey man, look, man, LeBron is an all-time great player. And you know, when great players leave their organization, lots of times it's on bad blood. It's on like, well, he wouldn't do this, or they wouldn't do that, or whatever. They both got what they needed out of each other. LeBron resurrected the Lakers by helping them win a championship. LeBron got more paper in the account. He played for the Lakers, for goodness sakes, to help his brand and everything like that. Got his family out there to LA. Got his son on the team. So like they both used each other, and you know it is what it is.
Kev Nash,
hey,
popping in as we wrap things up here this hour. It's the Justin Kinner Show presented by Frickers.
Where's the camera?
Oh yeah,
Where's the camera?
Oh yeah, hold up. Let me make sure. Everyone, where'd everyone go? There we go. There we go. But
MJ forever.
But hey, you're hating on James Harden. James Harden is waiting to re-sign to help give the Cavs flexibility to try and sign LeBron James. If I'm Cleveland, sign LeBron and then pull out the chair of James Harden.
Hey, do what they did to James in Philly.
Oops.
Hey man,
call that the Philly special.
Business is business.
It's the Justin Kinner Show presented by Frickers.
$5,000 sign-on bonus. That's right. My friends at Cordell Transportation are now hiring experienced Class A CDL drivers with excellent work history. If that's you, apply now. Cordell Transportation offers home daily dedicated lanes, no-touch freight, and brand new equipment, plus a $5,000 sign-on bonus paid over 18 months, paid orientation, and company 401k with company match. Apply online at CordellTransportation.com. Cordell Transportation, driven to succeed.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hi, I'm Shannon Crabtree from Mike Foley's Montgomery County Clerk of Court's office. Do you need something notarized? We've got you covered. Our Montgomery County Clerk of Court's office offers an online notary service that's secure, fast, and free. This service does require a camera. Next time you need a notary, go to courthouse2you.com and click on notary. It's another convenient service of your Clerk of Courts, Mike Foley, and his national award-winning Courthouse to You programming.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Now you can score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Hurry into Staples today. It all ends July 4th. Staples, that was easy.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Getting a speeding ticket can ruin your day. But what about that cyclist or the pedestrian crossing the street? If you hit them while speeding, you'll do more than just ruin their days. That's why tickets are more than just a fine. They're a second chance, a reminder of what's on the line when you're behind the wheel. You won't get a do-over every time. So take this as your sign to follow the speed limit every drive. Speeding slows you down. Paid for by NHTSA.
Describing the delicious flavor of Lee's new famous wrap is tough, but we figured we'd give it a shot.
Imagine crispy, golden, fried to perfection chicken, drizzled with bold, peppery, beautifully balanced famous sauce, resting on a plush bed of succulent lettuce and sprinkled with cheese. It's like ordering delicious with a side of exquisite.
In other words, it's awesome. The famous wrap with new famous sauce. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Boxes. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
You have empty office space to fill or home office to create. You know what you need. You know what you'd like. But you also have a pretty good idea after you've shopped around the usual places. What you need and what you like might not happen. Well, then you haven't been to Charles Larrick's Warehouse Outlet. Nobody has their selection. Nobody has their discounts. And every week, there's something new. If you need office furniture, Larrick's Warehouse Outlet can sell it to you for half the price and below manufacturer selected prices. Half price and below on hundreds of items. From budget to the best. From desks to filing cabinets. Before you go anywhere else, do yourself a favor and come to Larrick's Warehouse Outlet. With 25,000 square feet of selection, you're not going to want to go anywhere else. Larrick's Warehouse Outlet at 23 Mac Oil Avenue in Dayton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Larrick's, continuing the tradition.